Hey guys, Top 5 here with episode number 14 of the Crystal Palace career mode. We're into season number 2, and you can see here, we're starting off the season just with some confirmation that Milojevic will be leaving us on a free transfer. His contract expired, he's gone unfortunately, and we did an offer for Michael Olise. Now, obviously we want to try and keep this as realistic as possible, and I thought reject it. You know, we are on the rise. He's a key player. He still has quite a lot of years left on his contract. And I think maybe should that same thing come in next season and we're still not qualified for Europe, then we would sell him on. That's just my personal opinion. If you think we should have sold him, comment down below. And maybe I'll look to try and sell him on in what's left of the window after today's episode. Now, we've got no games in today's episode. It is all transfers. It is a transfer special to kick off season number 2, and the first of which is going to be Ola Aina, formerly of Fulham, of Chelsea's academy, and Torino. He was released from his contract in the summer. He is going to be our backup right back. He's right-footed. We're going to transfer him. You know what I mean. Convert him to a right back. And he will be the backup to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now, I mentioned in the previous few episodes, Wilf ZAHA. If an offer comes in for him, we will look to sell him on. We wanted 35 million. We're trying to negotiate with Mikel Arteta. And for about for exactly 30 million, which is exactly what I wanted. It's the figure that was floating around in my head for these past few episodes. ZAHA looks to be joining Arsenal, and you know, it's a new era. It's a new era for us here at Crystal Palace, and we are going to go back to Manchester United for a transfer. Obviously, we went to them last season for Wan-Bissaka. This time round, we're going to go and get Dean Henderson. Season at Nottingham Forest, he kept him up. We helped keep him up, should I say, in the game. And we're just going to try and negotiate, trying to find a common ground in 16 million for Dean Henderson. Young, goalkeeper, English, perfect. 81 rated, he's three ratings higher than Sam Johnson. Crucial 5 years, easy peasy. As for his wages, try and just offer him a flat 50k with a nice little bonus. And bang, he has signed our new, he will be number 1. Dean Henderson is our first paid transfer, our first actual transfer into the club. The English shot stopper hopefully can get back into the England team with us. Another A rating. And you take a look at this. We got him for 16 million. His value was 19 million. And the asking price was 26 million. So we got him for 10 million less than United's asking price. But about a sad scene right here. Crystal Palace legend. Crystal Palace's greatest ever player, I don't know. But Wilfried ZAHA will finally be joining Arsenal. It's not for that 70 million that was quoted a few seasons ago, but for around half that, 30 million for Wilf ZAHA. Out for 6 months last season with an injury, and that kind of really hindered him, but it also helped to show just how good the likes of Edouard and Eze and Olise were. So, we gave him the new contract last season. Thankfully, that boosted up his transfer value, and it did help us in the long run. But now we have to replace him. Who do we replace Wilfried ZAHA with? Who can be our star man to replace Wilfried ZAHA? Well, I'll tell you what, it's not Joe Aribo, but he will be a very, very good team player for our first team. The Nigerian, I think he's formerly of Southampton signed from Rangers, but they have been relegated this season. So, looking to bring him in. I said in the previous episode, I wanted to try and raid a few of the relegated teams. Obviously, you don't want to take too many players from relegated teams, or you'll become a relegated team. You become a team full of relegated players, and that just doesn't end well. But we do get a nice little deal for Aribo, and a contract, quite a low salary actually for what I thought, but 7 million for him. Another A rating. He slots straight into the first team, and the plan this season is, as you've seen there, Doucouré will slot down into that CDM position. Riedewald will become a rotational player. And then we have Fletcher or Loftus-Cheek with Doucouré or Riedewald with Aribo or Hughes. I think that's pretty good. But the man that I finally decided to be the man to replace Wilfried Zaha is big old Tony Martial. He came from France. They say he had no chance. But he will come to Palace. We will succeed with Anthony Martial. A really nice fee agreed with Erik ten Hag for his services. Obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo is still at United in this one. They didn't want Mateta, so they didn't want a backup player. We are going to offer him 80k a week, which is 25,000 less than what he's on at United, but he still becomes our highest paid player. And Anthony Martial, AM9, another signing from Manchester United. We're taking all of their players that they don't seem to be liking, but they slot straight into our team. He's an 81 overall. He joins the likes of Dean Henderson, of Wan-Bissaka, and formerly of another former player, former Manchester United player at Palace, Wilf Zaha, the man he's replacing. AM9 in the Palace kit, cold baller, black gloves, ice in his veins. He's here. He's ready to lead us to some trophies. And I can guarantee we'll win some trophies with this team that we've built this season. It's actually an 82 overall, sorry. But yeah, we got an F. I mean, we still got him for less than his value and less than the asking price. So for me, that's a good deal. And actually, I will say now, I think this is one of the only sales that we make this summer. Ferguson going to Levante. I don't think we sell anyone else in this episode. But we do go through the pre-season. And we actually win the tournament. 2 wins and a draw in Germany for this little competition. We get another extra, I think it was 2.9 million added to our bonuses. We've got a couple of loan boys going out. And then we have the future star, well, not the future star, sorry, the scouting. Yeah, I guess they're the future stars. They're the future stars of this team, We're going to send one to, we'll say London, the local area. Go and search the cages and the local under 12s and all that for the next big thing, the next Eze, the next Wilf Zaha, the next Elise. And the other did go to France. Because I think Palace, they've got a lot of French players. They've got a lot of kind of local, it feels like local players from London. And another player we're going to sign, I think it's going to be the last one in today's episode, is going to be Harvey Vale from Chelsea. I think it's a really good deal. We've got him again for lower than his evaluation. He's 19 years of age. We're going to convert him to a right winger. So he is going to be the backup to Olise in this team. He agrees his contract. He signs on the dotted line. And that is it's a steal. I think that's a real steal for a player posing there with the big man. 1.5 million. There's a B, EA. Come on, boys. Again, got him less for the asking price, less than the valuation. And then the big one to end the episode off. The big deal we all wanted to see. Trabzonspor coming for Sam Johnson. He is out of here. We say goodbye to Sam Johnson. You had some good games, but overall, you're not the quality we want. Dean Henderson's here now. We say goodbye, and that's going to be it. We're going to end the episode with Sam Johnson sadly walking out the door. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.